I missed y'all so bad because I haven't done a sit down video in so long, but this sit down video is going to be another fashion design. We're going to be talking about fashion design because I know a lot of y'all have come to this channel because you want to learn how to design and construct clothes, and that is what I am here for. So I figured I would do a video talking about how to take sewing and fashion design seriously. Okay, I think there is such a stigma that sewing and designing, like, there's no, like, you can't make a career out of this, like, you can't do this, it's dang near impossible. Like, being an artist, you just got to be a starving artist. You should just push designing and tailoring, being a seamstress to the side, okay? Kick it to dust. It's not worth anything. It's not a true profession. Just look at it as a side hobby, and I think that is 100% not true. And I really, like I said, I always talk about here on this channel, I feel like we really just need more seamstresses, more tailors, okay, more designers. So that's what this video is going to be about today, how to actually take sewing and fashion design seriously. Art in the art industry, like I said, can always just be looked so down upon. But if this is a career that you're really looking into in the future, or a business that you want to have later on down the road, I'm going to show you how we're going to really, you know, get down to the nitty gritty and be more serious about it. I really want to kick things into gear for you, get you taking action, and really turn this into something way more bigger, because I know I have so many women and men that follow me who want to have fashion empires. So we're gonna be making that happen, okay, by starting with first just having discipline and consistency. So for a long time, I didn't really show up in my craft like that, and sorry about this glare, but for a long time I didn't really show up in my craft like that as a designer. I think I even made a video about it, like about being a fashion designer. I forgot the name of the video, but yeah, I was really just doubtful in like what I was doing as somebody who loves to make and design clothes and who loves to sew. I used to put it in the back burner a lot. I feel like this year I've really showed up more for the craft than I have in previous years, which I'm really proud to say. Like, you guys seen me consistently making more videos, you know, making clothes, and in the near future you guys are gonna see me making more clothes. Hopefully eventually I really want to just start taking on clients and things of that sort. But yeah, that's really something that I really want to do next year. I'm just really trying to get myself out there to do that, to do what I'm doing past just inspiring on YouTube and teaching. Cause I think I used to doubt myself a lot and be like, okay, I'm not ready. I want my stuff to be perfect, because, you know, when you're taking somebody's money, you don't want stuff to be messy, okay? You want to make sure things fit. Garment construction can be very challenging, so you don't, there's been a lot of horror stories of people putting themselves out there and making clothes for people, but they forget, like, hey, like, the insides of this garment need to, you know, need to look nice, they need to look professional. You don't want to just be making stuff for people and it's not professional looking, you know what I mean? Like, people are going to come to you, but make sure it's professional looking, make sure it actually fits. Make sure that you are really giving quality when it comes to making clothes, okay? Especially if you're not doing it from like a manufacturing standpoint where you're taking things overseas and having somebody manufacture it. If you're doing it all from home or in a studio by yourself, I think it's really important to hone in on garment construction skills before you just jump and leap into just taking people's money and making clothes for them. It's important to know how to make certain things, and I feel like if you do want to take on clients, you can, you know, there is a point where you can be like, hey, I don't know how to make this, so I don't offer that, but I can make you this. So there's ways to go about it, but like I said, make sure that you actually know how to make things. So I think with me, that's why I always avoided just jumping out there and making things. People would always ask me, hey, can you make this for me? But I still was kind of a little doubtful in my craft, like, no, I still want to practice a little bit more before I actually take on clients. So that's always been my thing. I've always been like putting it to the back burner, like, oh no, I just sew for myself, or I sew for my family, or I might do little knits and things here, or I'll upcycle something and something. But Then it got to the point where people are like, okay, no, Teeks, like, it's time for you to take on clients. I'm pretty sure you have it. Like, you need to stop, you know, doubting yourself. So trust me, if you have ever felt like that, I can completely understand. Being in this industry can be very, very challenging. It's very competitive, and it can be very overwhelming, okay, especially in an industry that's very gate kept, and it can just feel dang near impossible to actually be a designer when you're not just, you know, in a bigger city, or you're not, you know, you're not surrounded by people who have insights on the industry. You're learning on your own. I can totally understand how overwhelming that can feel. It can seriously make you chuck it up and be like, I'm just gonna do this for cutesies and funsies, and that's it. But then for me, I realized I did not want my skill or my craft to go to waste, and this is something deep in my heart that I've always wanted to do, was to make other people feel beautiful, feel confident, make clothes for them. So I was like, if I wanted to grow as a designer, I knew I was gonna have to take it seriously, more seriously. And when I mean more seriously, that just means being more disciplined, practicing more, and really investing into the craft. And that is what I've done along the years. So let's talk about like the mindset shift of things, the mental shift that you will need to take to actually get into that state of being more serious about this career. The mental side of taking your craft seriously, because there could be other industries that this can relate back to. Even though I'm talking about sewing and fashion design, I just feel like any craft, like, as well, how can we, you know, take it more seriously? But I'm specifically talking to my fashion designers out there, okay, or people who want to be seamstresses, tailors, because we need more of them, okay? We need more tailors and seamstresses. I know everybody wants to be designers, but we need more seamstresses and tailors as well, especially tailors, okay? Alterations, it's a big thing. I feel like taking your craft seriously starts with how you see it, okay? If you don't respect your time, your craft, your process, your projects, nobody else is gonna respect it, okay? Nobody else is gonna care. Nobody else is gonna respect it. Nobody else is gonna take you seriously, okay? But when you show up and you say, I'm doing this, this is what we're doing, and you put your best foot forward and you show that you're serious about, you know, wanting to do this, that is when the switch will flip, okay? And that's when you'll start becoming more disciplined, because you're like, you know what, I'm serious about this. Like, I'm not playing no more games. The games are over with today, okay? So it's important to be consistent, even if it's for 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day, taking time out of your week, showing up like it is a real job, okay? Because all the little progress is going to add up over time when you do this. So you don't have to be perfect. You just need to be more intentional about how you're showing up. Always remember to choose discipline over perfectionism, okay? Because I am somebody that is like one of my weaknesses. I always talk about that all the time, that one of my weaknesses is perfectionism, because I love things to be detailed. I can be a perfectionist, but I had to learn over time that just being more consistent, not just trying to always show up overly perfect, is better than not showing up at all and trying to be just everything too nitpicky, everything just too perfectionism. I don't even know if that's a word. Everything too perfect, okay? Okay, so moving on to learning the skill. If you're somebody who's literally trying to learn the skill, I would say really hone into learning pattern making, because before you even go to the sewing machine, there's so much more garment construction. And I gotta sneeze. I have to sneeze. I have to sneeze. It went away. Okay, it went away. But before you even get to the sewing part, which I feel like sewing is, of course, super important to learn. I think that's one of a lot of designers struggles. But before you even get to sewing, I really just, if you're going to be somebody who's going to be doing things from home or from a studio or just in general, I feel like as a designer, it's important to know garment construction, even if you're going to send it off to a manufacturer. So I first started, that was like one of the first things that I was like, okay, I need to learn pattern making, because I need to just learn how to piece things together. So when I first started, I had to learn how to flat pattern make. And boy, can I tell you, to this day, I don't like flat pattern making. I always recommend draping over flat pattern making. But have I sat down and learned and like looked in the books? Yes, I have looked in the books, learned how to flat pattern drape. flat pattern making, like the technicals, okay? Now, even though I know a lot of people like to visually learn on YouTube, I would recommend to always invest in like books first, so that way you can really, like I said, you can really learn the technical side, and you can really like see visuals inside of the books. Invest in you some books, okay? Because it's gonna make a huge difference versus just watching YouTube tutorials, like free tutorials, or invest in you some type of course. They do have a lot. If you can't, you know, if you're not able to invest in that, they do have a lot of free resources online where you can like download different books. That way you can learn pattern making. One book that I actually I really want to get into now that I'm like draping is, I think it's called Pattern Magic. I'm looking into that. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront, but that's one of the books that I actually want to invest in for myself. Learn pattern making. Like I said, there's a lot of free resources. There's really no excuse. But yeah, I definitely recommend to really master that technical side of things. Now, if you're somebody like me and you would prefer to drape over flat pattern making because you're just visually more, you know, you like to move with your hands and you feel like you would learn more with the 3D-ness of things, which is more me. I love 3D more than the whole flat pattern making 2D. And you guys, my dog is talking through the door. Let me get her. What I did was I invested in a mannequin dress form, which I actually got sent to me from Mannequin Madness. So I am an influencer. I've been, you know, doing influencing. I've been on YouTube for some years, and I ended up like emailing different brands because I was like, I want a dress form. At the time, I really wasn't able to invest in a dress form for myself. So I was like, maybe I can like reach out to a company and like email some brands and see if someone would send me a dress form so that way I can practice my craft in exchange for doing a review video on the dress form. And that is what I did. I was very, very, very like aggressive with emailing different brands to like see if somebody would just believe in me and want to invest in me as well and believe in my channel, and they did. And it was Mannequin Madness, and I do still have the link to Mannequin Madness. A lot of you guys have checked out Mannequin Madness. I do have multiple videos on Mannequin Madness about this dress form. I absolutely love it. It's literally my favorite. If I go invest in any more dress forms, I'm definitely going to be going back to Mannequin Madness. But yeah, I'm going to leave my link and stuff like that to the dress form down below. So that is what I did as an influencer. But if you are able to save up money over time, invest in you a dress form. Like, invest in you a mannequin. I promise you, especially if you're somebody who's going to be going later on looking into having clients and things of that sort, you are definitely going to want to invest in multiple different dress forms, because I eventually want to get bigger sizes. Like, this one isn't really my actual size, but this is the standard size 6 for a model technically in the fashion world. So usually when I drape on here, I do have to like, if this mannequin is a little bit bigger for my size, so I do have to like kind of like resize things, repattern things to my size. And if I ever make bigger sizes for anybody else, I would have to go up sizes for whatever pattern that I make based on whatever I drape on the dress form. So that's kind of how that works. I'll make a video on that in a way too. But yeah, so I went with this size because I wanted to be able to, you know, go back and forth between, you know, the small and the large. So this is kind of like medium in a way, size 6. Well, small medium, because I would technically be like an extra small, kind of small. So yeah, but invest in you a mannequin if you're looking to learn the draping technique of things when it comes to designing. So yeah, I wanted to learn the skill of draping so bad. Like, I was so like, I used to rant to my grandparents about it all the time. So when I was blessed to be able to get this mannequin, I like screamed when it came in the mail. I was just ecstatic. But yeah, very, very blessed. But if you can save, like I said, definitely recommend saving up for a dress form. They're a little on the expensive side, but they're definitely worth it. But you can find them for affordable prices. Maybe you can check on like Facebook Marketplace. I would check your local thrift stores. You never know who's getting rid of things. Also check stores that are going out of business that are selling like mannequins and things. But this is an actual sewing form. So this isn't just like a mannequin where you just like show for like display. This is like a sewing form where you can actually drape and put pins in. So there's two different ones. A mannequin is more, this is a mannequin, but it's the sewing mannequin, if you would say. So it's specifically for sewing and draping versus just like the display mannequins that you see in, you know, retail stores. So yeah, start there to see if like any local places are going out of business. Invest in you a dress form. This is something that's really, people are gonna definitely take you more seriously seeing that you have a dress form. Like you are, I feel like anybody with a dress form, like you're really serious about the craft. Like you're more than serious, okay? But yeah, my next thing is going to be to challenge yourself. Give yourself challenges. So pick a skill to master every month. Like maybe this month you're gonna master zippers. Maybe this month you're gonna master sketching. Maybe next month you're gonna master different like technical sewing skills. Maybe the next month you're gonna master draping, pattern fit adjustments, upscaling, upsizing patterns, and things of that sort. Like I said, tailoring. I already said draping. Maybe you're just going to practice your upcycling because you want to start a, you know, an upcycling business. Maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, just give yourself challenges for each month or each week to it. Focus on that, master it, move on to the next thing. Don't overwhelm yourself by thinking, oh, I need to learn everything in one setting. That's not realistic. So yeah, just like I said, for me, over the years, I've practiced different things over the years. I did not try to learn everything all at once. It's just not, like I said, not feasible. So over the years, you're going to get better and better and better and better and better as a designer in time. But you have to actually put like the work in, like use your hands, like really start experimenting, like really, you have to learn. Hands-on is, I'm always going to tell y'all on this channel, like hands-on is so much better than just always researching and reading. Yes, read, research, but get in the field, okay? Get in the field. Okay, so next, and sorry about the lighting. Next, I would say to document your process. I think I talk about this a lot. I love taking pictures. I love videoing. Y'all know I feel like this channel is like my sewing diary documentation. Like you guys really have gotten to see the process. That was the whole reasoning of me starting this channel. Like I started with showing y'all me DIYing stuff. Literally learning hands-on, doing DIYs. That is like one of the first videos I posted here on YouTube was a DIY. Probably a talking video, but after that it was a DIY. And that was the first thing I searched on YouTube, was how to be a fashion designer. So if I didn't search that on YouTube and see, and Dolce Candy didn't come up showing how she was trying to learn how to be a designer, I never would have been on this platform teaching y'all how to become a designer because there were no videos on the platform showing any of that. I was like searching high and low and her video was literally the only one that came up. So that is what kind of inspired me to put that content out for myself, because I didn't see it. There was no content like that out there. So yeah, document, keep a journal, document all of your process. I think being able to go back and look at like the stuff that you made. I go back in some of my videos and I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Like that was a hot freaking mess. Like what possessed me to think? But that's the beauty in it. You get to go back and see like the mistakes, things that I could have changed, things that I would have done differently. I talked about that in my I think I did a showing y'all like my sewing and design journey, like things that I've made video. I'll link it up here. But yeah, that's the beauty in showing your process and putting yourself out there, is the fact that, you know, you get to look back at it. So document everything so that way you can learn from your failures and your mistakes. You can see what your weaknesses and what your strengths are. And yeah, tracking what works and what doesn't work, I think that's really important. I think knowing all of that will help you later on in the future when it comes to creating like your signature style, your aesthetic, when it comes to creating your fashion brand and your fashion empire. Like knowing like what your strengths, what your weaknesses is, what you like to design, what you don't like to design. I think it will definitely help you in the future if you're keeping track of all of it. So yeah, that was a mouthful. My next thing is to, and I'm looking over here because I have some notes, but my next thing is just to be professional. Like take it seriously. Treat your workspace and your schedule seriously, okay? Like if you're somebody who knows like, okay, I'm about to take clients, I'm gonna do alterations, I'm gonna do this, like you need to be taking that seriously. Even if you're just in the stage of where you feel like you're a student from home, even if you're not at school, you're just a student that's self-learning, like take it seriously. Like, show up for yourself, show up for the career or your, you know, the path that you want to take when it comes to being in fashion, because it's a cutthroat industry. What is the Kendrick Lamar meme? What he say on Mr. Morale on the Big Steppers? Mr. Morale, the sample, he was like,
it was embarrassing. It was one of the worst performances I've seen in my life. I couldn't sleep last night because I felt this shit coming.
nah, Kendrick sampling that from a Cowboy fan ranting was hilarious. But yeah, so yeah, just you got to be serious about your workspace. Take it seriously. Even if you're working from your bedroom, like, organize your setup, organize your space, organize like your supplies. Yeah, organize your stuff and create a small space. Even if it, like I said, if it's in your bedroom, create a small space that inspires you to want to sew. Like, make sure that you have your actual sewing machine out. Make sure you have your dress form out. Like, make sure you have all your stuff where it's in sight, so that way it drives you more to get up. Okay, let me go Drake, let me go practice this, let me go do this, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like when things are hiding, you're not gonna want it, you're not even thinking about it, you're not gonna want to go do it. You got to go pull out everything, which is going to take forever to get everything set up. Then you're not gonna want to do it. By the time you pull out the sewing machine and the dress form and all the supplies, you're gonna be drained just from doing that. So yeah, like I said, I would recommend, don't throw your sewing machine underneath the bed. Don't toss it in the back of the closet where it's collecting the particles of dust. Pull out the sewing machine, pull out the dress form, get this stuff in front of you so that it motivates you and drives you to actually, like I said, take this thing seriously. Because who finna take you seriously? Who is really finna be like, oh yeah, you're a designer, if you just got everything crunched up underneath the bed, thrown in the corner, in the closet? Like, no honey, we're not taking you seriously. There's no way you want to be a designer because you don't even have your stuff up, ready and set and ready to go. Okay, baby, I need you to bring it to the forefront. Okay, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. So create, like I said, create an inspiring space, even if it's small. It doesn't matter if it's small. Okay, what did Andre 3000 just say? Okay, great things are made in little rooms, are created in little rooms. So bring it out, bring them 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 out. Okay, let me stop. Anyways, yeah, I literally dream of one day having like my own sewing studio where I can like bring clients in and things of the sort. That's like one of my dream things, okay? Like, and it will happen. Okay, we're gonna put it out there. It's gonna happen to have my own, just my own space, like to like sew and create and to like sell clothes. Yes, okay, that is literally one of my goals. Of course, outside of my bedroom, but just having that space. But for now, we're working with what we got. Okay, coming freaking up. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know where that song came from, but anyways, I always make a song out of everything. But and sorry about like everything that's going on, like the sun and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, so to plan and give yourself deadlines. I feel like this is another one thing to do, because to help yourself take yourself seriously, give yourself deadlines even if you're working on small projects, because this just helps you to get things done more efficiently, especially when you receive clients or if you're marketing yourself. People will be able to, like, getting things done in a timely manner, like people will be able to see like, okay, they get things done in a timely manner, but without like sacrificing the quality of the piece, like, you know what I mean? Or like, I know, like, if I need this by next week, oh, she don't play, she gets down. Okay, girl, I already know when I come to whoever, they're gonna get, they're gonna have my piece done within a week, and I'm gonna recommend them because I know my homegirl, she needs a birthday dress by this time, or she needs this by this time, and I know she gonna get it done. Okay, I know this designer is gonna get it done. So yeah, like, I need you to like practice like giving yourself deadlines, because if you do have clients, are you gonna fold under pressure? The pressure is getting worse. Okay. Oh, I don't need you folding under pressure. Okay. I remember I had to make a dress and like in a timely manner, and like I had to like move really fast. And I remember like my family was asking me like, oh, how long did it take you to make your birthday dress? Because I kind of like thought about making my birthday dress at the last minute, and I was like, I think it took me like a little over a week, which with that you would think like it would take me longer. but I was moving fast. Like a little under a week. Like I was moving pretty fast because I was like, oh, my birthday's coming up. Like I gotta hurry up. That was a little over a week. But I probably could have finished it faster if I would have like had everything planned out. But yeah, just practicing like that adrenaline of like if you had a client or if you had to get something done at a specific time, like knowing that you can do that without losing the quality. I feel like that's so important to practice. And like I said, give yourself deadlines so that way you are not just working on a project for months and months and months out of can I talk or no? Months and months. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Months and months out of the year. Yeah, what was I about to say? Especially if you're somebody who's making a collection, even if it's a small collection. Like I said, I'm stuttering. Stuttering. Even if it's a small collection, you don't want it to be dragged out, okay? You want people to know like, okay, it's coming like in a timely fashion, in a timely manner. So treat it like you're a real designer, because you are a real designer, okay? You need to get these things done, okay? Deadlines, people, deadlines. Another important thing, which I think people don't even really pay attention to when it comes to like the marketing aspect of things, because marketing is very, very important. When you finish a design, you want things to sell, okay? You want to get clients, you want to get sales. So dress the part as a designer. Like your image is everything. That is why I always talk about fashion and beauty on this channel as well, because it all ties in together. Like with the marketing aspect of your brand, you want to look the part. Now I know there's like this thing that goes on where people talk about, oh, why do some designers don't, like some designers really, they're always wearing something really boring. I feel like that's me most of the time. Like if I'm designing something, I'm in something comfy, because you're designing. You don't want to be all, why am I going to be all in like statement pieces when I'm literally making a design? But I think when it's time to like actually market pieces and like to show up in that aspect, or if you're going to like networking events, wear your designs, show up, be dressed, be presentable, wear, you know, do your makeup, do your hair, have your nails done, dress the part, especially on social media, because social media is literally, quite literally now in this day and age, is your digital resume. Okay, your personal brand is your digital resume, and it can get you a lot of different opportunities. It can bring in clients. It could just, like I said, help people to take you more seriously. And you don't always have to be serious, of course. Like have fun, have a personality as well. Everything doesn't have to be just like you guys see me, like I have fun, but I still take my image and me seriously when it comes to my brand. So yeah, just finding that, you know, where you fit with that. Like I said, your personal brand and showing up online can definitely get you a lot of different opportunities. Up like the designer that reflects your personal style or reflects your brand. I think people just underestimate image so much. Like I think people underestimate like the way that you show up, like professionally, like the way that you show up, like within like your clothes and your everything, like just you. How that can like really, like I said, it really can get you more opportunities. It's gonna make people trust you more. If you have good style, like people are gonna want to shop with you because they're like, oh yeah, she has good style. Like this is why I'm always getting dressed and things of that sort. Even though I like to design clothes and make other people feel beautiful, I want them to like be like, oh yeah, I know she's gonna get me together because she can dress. Like, you know what I mean? I can trust her that she not gonna have me out here looking a mess. Okay. A mess. Anyways, and like I said, it's just always better if you just feel like a designer too. When you look good, you feel good, you're more productive. And presentation, again, it's just everything. So make sure you're not overlooking that as well. I remember when I worked at Guess, even as a associate working at a retail store, people would always come up to me and want my recommendations. They would always want to shop with me because I was always coming and looking the part. I was always dressing cute, dressing in the clothes, like, and it just made people want to shop with me, which gives me more commission. So yeah, do not underestimate dressing the part. And I'm going to be doing more videos on like styling and stuff like that too, because like I said, I feel like that is just important. We overlook that. I know some people just think, you know, presentation isn't anything, but it definitely is. So another thing I would say is to connect with others in the sewing community. I talk about this a lot. find groups, find forums, go on Facebook, find groups, forums. I'm in a few myself. I'm again going to be creating a future community that you guys will be able to join. If you want to join in the future, make sure you sign up for my email list at Takara One so that you can be aware whenever it launches. Yeah, I'm hoping sometime next year. I know I've been taking my sweet time, but I'm hoping sometime next year. But yeah, being in these groups and forums really gives you the opportunity to truly like get critiques, show your work, be critiqued, get feedback. And I know that can be like a very, very scary thing, but you can't be scared to put yourself out there to get constructive criticism, okay? Because that is what is going to help you grow, okay? Iron sharpens iron. Okay, another thing I would say is to network. Okay, networking is so important because this is how you're going to get your work out there. This is how people are going to take you seriously, especially if you have your business cards on you. They even now have like these little digital business cards. I'm gonna link it, like it's on the TikTok shop. But I was like, oh, I need to get me one of these. But yeah, just networking in general is important. Like I said, networking with hairstylists, other stylists, other designers, photographers, people in the industry, different industries. Just, I feel like it's important to network with people. Wear your stuff. Okay, like when you're networking, wear your stuff. And if you want to take designing seriously and like, you know, you want to be, or if you want to be a seamstress or a tailor, like you have to show up like you belong in these spaces. Don't let people like make you feel like you don't belong because you don't have a name or you don't have this many followers or things like that. Show up like you belong in these places, okay? Like that's how you take yourself seriously. That's how other people take you seriously. And don't be afraid to show and tell. Go to different local shows, fashion shows, art museums, design meetups, different events. There's so many different events that you can go to. You literally never know who might want to, you know, have your items, put them in a show, use them in their photography shoots, pull your item for anything. You just never know. So don't underestimate networking, especially if somebody might want to put your stuff in a show, honey. And just to like sum this video up, I just want to talk about like just balancing professionalism with creativity and with passion. Keep your creative joy alive, okay? I know there's a lot going on, but right now is not the time to be sleeping on your dreams, okay? Like I need you to, you know, we need to keep creativity, keep art alive, okay? And just because you are taking designing and sewing more seriously, that doesn't mean that you have to, you know, just let the creativity parts kind of slide through the cracks or like lose your love for it just because you are going to try to, you know, become a little bit more structured in it. It just means respecting the craft, respecting yourself enough to push yourself into what it is that you truly want to do and what you dream of doing. You have to put in the work. Like I said, you have to be hands-on. I mentioned that earlier. You have to get in the field, honey. It's not easy. Do y'all think that I'd be in here just all rainbows and buttercups? No, honey. Sometimes I'd be about to throw my sewing machine if it gets jammed up or I can't get something down pat. Like, it is not easy, but you have to get in the field, okay? If you want to learn. How do y'all think I've learned over the years? I got in the field, okay? We'll always say literally be hands-on and take action because that's how you fail faster. That's how you learn faster. It doesn't matter if you don't know anything or you don't know something. Search up the answer. Look for it. Try. Experiment. Just test out. Put them little hands to use and start testing some stuff so that way you can even see if it works. Piece stuff together, okay? No, sometimes we can get stuck in that researching phase, reading phase, but you also have to be hands-on and actually learn within this industry. I feel like this industry, the number one thing is being more hands-on because designing and constructing things is more of a hands-on skill. So definitely be more hands-on, even if you do plan on in the future to send things off to a manufacturer, because I know we have some people who are like, well, do I need to know how to sew? I think you should learn it all, honestly. I think even if you feel like you're going to send your stuff, you're going to invest your money and send your stuff overseas, learn it all, okay? For the most part, I think a lot of you guys really want to do, like, actually design and sew. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, the sun is bright. Yeah, just remember that every great designer started from something, somewhere, okay? They started exactly where you were, where I was, clueless, as I don't know what, especially as somebody who was self-taught. This sun is like, whoa, it's like bright. The only difference is that they went after it, okay? And they stayed consistent. Consistency and discipline is key in this industry. So if you want people to take you seriously, as a designer, as a fashion designer, or a seamstress or tailor, you have to start seeing yourself as one first. Okay, that's just all it is to it. Like I said, it's a mindset shift. But yeah, just take your dreams seriously in general. Take your dreams seriously in general, and the rest will follow. I can promise you that the rest will follow. I promise you. But yeah, y'all, that is it. I'm actually so happy that I got to sit down and kind of like do a little one-on-one chatting with y'all. I think I'm gonna do another video where I do like a fashion design Q&A. So in this video, and I'm gonna put this on my Instagram as well, make sure y'all are following me on Instagram as well. I'm gonna do like a fashion design Q&A. So whatever questions that you guys have for me when it comes to fashion design, maybe like when I do the Q&A, I'll do draping. Like maybe I'll drape as I answer your guys' questions, if that's something that you guys would like to see. But you have to be active right now and actually comment, okay? Y'all comments definitely help me out. Anytime you comment on a video, that just helps me push my content out to other designers, so other, you know, inspiring or aspiring designers can find these videos to help them out. Liking helps, sharing helps. It's all free 99. Okay? Help a sister out. Until then, yeah, drop your fashion design Q&A questions down below, and I will make that one of my videos that I do. But yeah, until the next video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Until the next one, I'm gonna go see where my little rugrat is at, where my daughter is at. Because I do, if you didn't know, if you're new to this channel, I do have a daughter. I do have a daughter. She's 5. She's about to be 5. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go see where she's at. I love you guys. Until the next one, I will see you at the top. Peace.